Hi. So, I'm sure the first episode was about the little things, and then the second episode's about keeping it temporary, and the third episode's about having a good mind or good attitude. And so, I think this episode, or podcast, or whatever it is, semantics, really. This is just what it is, right? You're listening to me, I listen to you. It's a good cycle to go. I don't know. But anywho, so let's start it off with some music though, right? Let's do it right. And let's breathe, let's do that thing. Let's just keep on, rock and rolling. But to breathe is where it's at, right? Let's do it. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And breathe. So what could we talk about, right? Like I said, we talked about a good attitude. We talked about the little things. And we talked about keeping it temporary, right? So let's talk about a peace of mind. Let's dive deep into a peace of mind, right? Let's plunge deep into what is a peace of mind. So what is a peace of mind? Having a peace of mind, knowing that you're worth it, and being true to yourself, right? Let's just listen to the birds for a second though, right? And so it's how do you build a peace of mind? What is a peace of mind? It's mind really is something to be cherished. Consciousness, retrospection, huge. Just huge. So I'm looking at mind right now, and the pi root of mind is min, M-E-N, and then a dash to think. And then, we have the mind as a verb. 12th century, this mind is a noun. There's no peace of mind. It doesn't say. That's what I was looking for. And then we have the mind as a verb in 14th century, to remember, called to mind, take care, to remember, also to remind oneself. so like, never mind. Don't let it trouble you. 1778. Don't mind if I do. 1847, huh? Minder. So men one to think with. To think with derivatives referring to qualities in states of mind or thought. A minder, which is a noun, one who tends to take care of anything. Agent, noun, form, mind. 15th century. Also 15th century is now the opposite sense of one with good memory. Minder, 15th century. So anywho, I'm gonna listen out of the sounds and see if I like it or not. I probably will keep it. I'm not gonna stop it. I'm gonna keep this because it's part of life, right? Yet, I'm gonna pause it though. And I'm back. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to take a chance on, well, what is being you? What if you did that, huh? What if you said things like that to yourself? I don't know. It comes down to, what does it come down to for you? Is it the ray of sun, light? Is it the pitter-patter of feet? Is it the dog kisses? Do you like dog kisses? What is like finding heaven for you? Like seriously, that's kind of what it like. Having peace of mind, the meaning of life, the now moment. In of itself, it's always beautiful, It's something that like you have inside of yourself, always, because you can always decide what is going to make today a good day. And well, not even making it today a good day. That's kind of silly, right? You want to strive for more, like have a good life. Yet, that's too complicated, right? Let's bring it back down to the now moment, right? Like, what do we have right now that you can make your happy self with, And maybe it's good, and maybe it's bad. It's only bad because you're rushing the lesson and you're getting too much light in of itself. And your body's not equipped to handle that, right? So I don't know. Seem to say that a lot. It's good. It's a good thing though, right? It is. It is. Why wouldn't it be? If you just stayed at a point in your life where you never going to grow. And then those hardships, those challenges, temporary as they may be, are very strong in nature, right? So how do you have a peace of mind during those times? You just let go and let God, right? Well, what if you don't believe in a higher power? Then, believe in the thing that loves you. Is there a downfall in that when I say that? Anywho, always be beautiful, Always be willing to hold true to who you are, So, a peace of mind is one of the most crucial things that you could probably ever come across. It's a guiding force upon itself, right? It's a determination that comes into play when you honestly just, I don't know. Oh goodness. I think a lot of things happen for a reason. Pretty much everything, I guess. I don't know, I'm just attempting to talk right now, and this is not fun. I just record. Oh my gosh. So, it's kind of like being in the zone and like feeling it kind of thing. That sounds like the now moment, but isn't that the meaning of life, is the now moment kind of thing? But we're just concentrating on how peace of mind really factors into peace of mind, or the meaning of life in and of itself. You have this endowment of just figuring it out and going within and stuff like that, and knowing the answers deep down. You do, like, innately, what's right and what's wrong. I was thinking about that today, and you gotta know what's right and what's wrong. You just got to. It's innate, it's natural, it's instinct. If you don't, then you might be like an alien or something like that, or attempting to try to be as much as human as you can be. I don't know. Maybe you believe you're a soul too, and this is just an experience, so. And death is an illusion and all that good stuff. Yet, going into more of the meaning of life of itself, a peace of mind is something that, it has value, It's kind of like your value system of how you do things, what your goals and what you aim for in of itself. Yet, in of itself, there is just ounces and ounces and ounces and ounces of perspective that you have to, deal with in a sense. In the sense of itself, to deal with it, to make it yours. And that's really what it's about, right? And this whole kind of podcast, or these episodes, is really about, how do you define the meaning of life? There's always that question that you can answer if you're willing to, and only if you're willing to, kind of thing. It really takes a willingness to want, to yearn, to go to the next levels. And it's not that life is hard. I don't think life is hard. I think life is really easy. It just depends on what life you're talking about, actually. You talk about the actualized real world, that's easy. Or are you talking about the fallacy world of economics and politics and government and all that kind of stuff? And so now that world, that's a hard world. It's a hard enough life, Yet, overall, a peace of mind is something that you work towards and you maintain it, and it's everything that you ever thought it could be, plus some. Let's hear some music though, shall we? So like, it's pretty intense, to think about the meaning of life. Yet, isn't it worth it though to think about the meaning of life? To kind of take a stance in creating the meaning of life, in a sense. Because through you, the meaning of life is able to be discovered. And as such, so even if it wasn't you that was bringing the meaning to life, and there was something else that's doing it for you and just giving it to you, it still takes you to realize it. The level of life that you do realize. It takes you to, see that endowments of beauty and prosperity. Even the doomsday scenarios, that's meaning. It nothing's ever good or bad. It just is what it is, right? So, the apocalypse is just lifting of the veil. And so, without the apocalypse, we would never have another beginning again. Because the same old thing would keep doing the same thing over and over again. And, there is a chance that it would change by itself, but it would take a whole heck of a lot longer to, happen in the same scenario, or in the same scenario to happen, and potentially never would change, because without that space of growth, you would always stay the same, wouldn't you? I think you would. Life's about growing and always going on and on and on. It's never about how can you stop. It's never about, I know there's the whole destination kind of a thing, yes. And we tend to think of the destination as the final thing, the end all, or maybe we don't think that way, yet it tends to come out that way because we focus on that so much. That shouldn't the end goal is to get back home, or to get your home back to heaven, kind of a thing to go back to the point. And I say heaven loosely in that sense of it, you're just going back to your original point. And maybe that is heaven. Maybe it's not. It's just, that's not the point to focus on. The point to focus on is getting back to the original point that you started from. Because like right now, you're in like living in a reversed world. It's reversed. It seems like you're going forward, but you're really going backwards. Just every day recalling yourself and of yourself. Something like that. You know, of all my crystal ball works. Yeah. Let's take a breather, shall we? I just wanted to thank everyone that made it this far. It's been quite a stretch, I would have to say, for this podcast, for me to come up with stuff. Yet, that just means I'm challenging myself, and that's good. You know, I'm just being someone's hero without knowing it, kind of thing. And so, you know, keep on being beautiful and loving yourself because you deserve it. You always have. You always will. No matter what, you are beautiful. And thank you very much for being you. You know, without you, the world wouldn't be the same, so just remember that.